issue with the lighting in the cab of my truck. I got LEDs and the top lights, which gives a pretty cool light. A little bit like a fish tank, but I'm okay with it. It's nice and bright. It's daylight outside and I can still light up the cab pretty good. But over here is where I keep my printer, scanner. That's how I scan all my trips and everything. It goes straight to the broker. I don't trust trucks stop scanning or anything like that. This eliminates the middlemen. I handle all my scannings off the truck, and I can print my rate confirmations and everything. This is the most valuable tool on my truck. I don't like the phone scanning. I've had way too many issues with it. Have a real scanner, scan your papers, be able to print. This is the best option. I've gone through a lot of printers. They don't last that long because the truck's bouncing around the road and just getting beat up anyway. So in the budget, buying one every 6 months at the most. So this little area right here has very little light, and I do have a little map light that I can kind of shine in that direction, but it's more for like reading in bed, or if I've got this top bunk down, I think you can actually, because it folds down, it sits about here, and that light will shine up there. But this area is way too dark, so I have an 8-inch interior light from Pro Trucking Products. I guarantee you that was made in China. It's got a couple screws to mount. The color kind of matches the interior of a Freightliner. It's kind of that weird, I don't know, like a light coffee beige. So it's not going to stick out too much other than the bright aluminum. For this light, I'm going to mount right here. There's room behind this little panel here, so I can run my wiring, I can drill through it, it's not going to damage anything. For power, I'm not sure how long the wires are. Let's see. So yeah, that's what, 2-foot wire. There's already power running to my fan, so I can just piggyback off of that. I believe they took power because there's a 12-volt power plug. This is supposed to be an area for a television, which is kind of weird. Most guys have it like a 12-volt, but or they put their microwave here. So I've got power I can rob from the fan. LED lights don't take a whole lot of energy, so it's I'm not going to be worried about popping fuses or anything like that. So I'm going to mount this up real quick. I've got my wiring kit and stuff, so I can make my wiring look good, and I can actually make it weatherproof. I've got my shrink wrap and everything, and so yeah, I think it should look pretty good here. So let's get to work. We are halfway through the install. Got it wired up. Next part's going to be mounting it, and it's not going to be too fancy because I don't have my drill with me. As you can see, it's going to light up my printer in a little workspace area pretty damn good. Let's finish the job. So I might have lucked out here. I won't need my drill because the screws provided just so happen to be self-tappers right there. They're real cheap quality though, so we'll see how well it goes. So what we have now is light, and that'll be perfect. My printer will be sitting right here. My fan still works. The wiring here, I just got to clean it up a little bit. I did want to hide the power wire by drilling a hole and running it up here. You can see there's a gap, but I think I'll just tuck the wires in and it'll be fine. And just a measure of overkill. Let's get in there and do the whatchamacallit. Once I can figure out how to work my own tools here. And kids, never start a fire in your own truck. I'm gonna turn down the heat on that. Actually, never do this in a company truck. But I own my company, so it's fine. The boss ain't gonna get too mad. I mean, the boss is crazy, but he's not gonna get mad. There's attachments on these little torches that you're supposed to use for this rather than open flame. It's a little safer. And that right there, it's got like a little heating element that heats up, a little catalyst almost. Looks like a catalytic converter if you look through it. But that's supposed to direct the heat better than just straight up open flame. And that'll work for now. Not too hot, so I'll go ahead and just tuck the wires up there. Most important thing is to put them in a position where the wires rattle as much as possible. It's really important when you're doing work to make everything as janky and rattly as possible. It's how other people will identify your work later. It's kind of like a calling card. All mechanics have a certain calling card. And we'll see how bright that is. I'm going to shut off my little work light here. I'm also going to shut off the house lights. Okay, so that's pretty dark. I got the windshields open a little bit, but there is our work light. I like that. So my 10 hours is reset, so I need to quit playing around and need to get to work. So I can run the fan, the light doesn't flicker, so I don't think the circuit is overloaded. So we are good. I'm gonna grab my tools. And we are out of here. I'm gonna go down to the basement. See you guys later.